Hi there guys, welcome to another little video of the Aussie Whisperer. Well, little video, it might be long, might be short, I don't know, we'll just see what happens, but I've got quite a few things to say, and if you watch my channel and if you enjoy my content, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit all the buttons and whatnot. So, and as well as that's my little trademark. So sometimes I do it with one hand, and when I'm filming with the other hand and whatnot, just showing you guys my awesome RC stuff and whatnot. So, and well, if you guys obviously recognize this little monster truck here, it is the Losi LMT 2.0 son of a digger, and this is the one with the II gyroscope. It can do stoppies and moonwalks, and it can do wheelies and do bicycles and whatnot. So I mean, I'm sure you guys recognize this thing, but I just wanted to put it in the shot of this video because it's the newest RC monster truck that a lot of people are talking about and everything else. So, but anyways, the thing is that I just want to get into a little bit of my personal life and just explain a few things and why I'm doing YouTube and why I hopefully one day just to make a career out of this and hopefully getting a lot of subscribers so I too can grow up to be a big YouTuber. And there's a lot of RC enthusiasts out there and a lot of RC YouTubers that are trying to make it. And if you like my channel, if you're also an RC enthusiast or whatever, subscribe, send me a little message, I'll subscribe back to you, because sometimes I cannot see who subscribes to my channel. So, you know, if you want me to subscribe to your channel, please just send me a little message somewhere or somewhere on one of the videos or the news videos. I mean, obviously I have to check all the messages and whatnot. If I do see it on my computer, if I log into YouTube, I can see the notifications, but strangely enough, not on my phone. Oh, by the way, my phone is a bit outdated, so the YouTube app doesn't work on my phone anymore. I did get a new phone though, so I need to get that thing sorted out and set up and everything, so at least I can see the notifications. But for now, I'm just using one of my older phones to film and things like that, because I like to use stuff when they don't work anymore, when they break or whatever. So, you know, but anyways, apart from that, the thing is that, like I said, I just want to get into a little bit of my personal life. And the thing is that I'm 44 years old and I haven't really achieved anything in my life. I haven't bought my own house. I don't even have a car anymore because I can't pay. Well, I can pay for it, but I'd rather go and save up some money and just saving up some plane tickets so I can go see my family in America. Well, and my mom, she passed away last year, and I did mention that a few times in a few videos. But I mean, and my grandfather shortly after that. My mom passed away in March, and my grandfather passed away in May. So yeah, that was, yeah, that's not very nice, obviously, to lose, especially your mom. And it's been pretty tough, you know. And but anyways, not getting into too much of that, because get emotional about that. But thing is, like I said, I'm 44 years old and I haven't really, yeah, achieved anything in my life at the moment, and that's why I want to choose and try and make it onto YouTube. And I only know about nearly 4 years ago that I found out from a friend that you can actually earn money and make a future on YouTube, and as well as on Kevin Talbot's course. If you don't know about him, Kevin Talbot, he's an English guy. He makes a lot of RC videos and things like that, and he's one of the biggest RC enthusiasts, RC guys on YouTube at the moment. But apart from other people that also do RC stuff. But anyways, I bought his course, and he said as well, you know, and he only found out about this about that you could earn money on YouTube. I don't know exactly when it was, but anyways, and yeah, and the thing is, I'm sorry, I'm stuck a bit at the moment, but I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I'm trying to say here. But the thing is that when I was a very young lad, went to go visit my grandparents, from my dad's parents, my grandfather, he had a book of sharks. When I was a certain age and I could start reading and you know, start looking at books, obviously you get to a certain age, and then I was about 5, 6 years old, maybe something like that. And my grandfather had a book about sharks, and as soon as I started reading that book, I fell in love with them. Sharks are my most favorite animals, especially the great white shark. And I was born and raised in South Africa, but we weren't living on the coastal line, like Durban, Port Elizabeth, Cape Town. I mean, Cape Town is Great White Bay. That's where the great white sharks all around the world, they come together and they breed there. But anyways, that's one of the biggest places where great white sharks are. But thing is, I have ADD and I have learning disabilities, but I think very technological, or technically, sorry, and I think very logically, and that's the side of my brain that does function very, very properly. But the thing is, when I was at school and I wanted to, maybe study marine biology, but because of my ADD and my learning disabilities, I couldn't do it. And my parents, they could not send me to school there, to especially to Cape Town, because they have a university there to study marine biology, but it costs a lot of money, and they didn't have the money for that to send me there. So anyways, but we where we did lived, we lived in the Transvaal, and close. Well, in the Transvaal, you got the Kruger National Park. That's it's actually the biggest national park in the world. And we went there quite often, and I really loved it there. I love nature, so then I decided, well, become a game ranger. I mean, that's also something towards animals. But again, because of my ADD, I wasn't good in biology, with maths, science, and I wasn't interested in geography. So and those are important subjects to become a game ranger. But I was young and I was stupid. I didn't want to learn. I hardly did my homework, and I just did my homework at school and things like that. So again, with my ADD, it's not an excuse. I know that. I'm not using it as an excuse. But when I was a very young lad, I mean, I didn't really care much about school and learning. I'd rather go outside and, I don't know, listen to the birds, stare at the clouds, and play with my Hot Wheels in the sand. So to me, that was more important. But obviously, as I grew a bit older, and then I started to get a little bit serious and things like that for school, and try to do a career. And then just before we moved to Europe, because cooking is in our blood, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my brother and me, well, actually everyone in our family loves to cook. So because from my mom's side is from France and my dad's side is from England. So, in a way, those countries, I mean, obviously every country, has cooking, and has lots of awesome dishes and things like that. But anyways, it's in my blood, and I decided, well, let me do a cook school. So when we moved to Europe, my mom and my stepdad called my grandparents in France, and asked him, hey, why do we send Diggory to the Foreign Legion? Because there I can do a course on cooking, and France is one of the biggest countries to learn cooking. So I decided, well, let me give that a shot. And I went there and I wasn't accepted because I was too small. So I got sent back home, and I was pretty disappointed with myself, and I felt like I disappointed my mom and my dad, well, my stepdad, and my dad. Well, my dad lives in South Africa. I haven't seen him since, I must think now, since, it was just before Christmas in 1997, I think, that the last time that I saw him. But anyway, so, I was disappointed, and like I said, felt like I disappointed them. My mom said, no, it's not your fault. I mean, I wish I was a bigger bloke. I mean, I really, really wish I was bigger. But this is me. This is the way the universe. This is how God intended it to be for me. So I have to accept my fate. But now, let's get into the YouTube in what I'd like to do with my life. Is that, like I said in my description, if you read my description, what I want to do there, it's my dream job to build and to drive a real life-size monster truck. hopefully one day I'll be able to sign a contract with Monty Jam and go work for them, just like Kevin Talbot. I mean, um, so, and it's my dream goals to donate money for people and for animals in need, kind of like what Mr. Beast is doing. The thing is that it's about 4 years ago, something like that. I tried to contact the city hall for the for to become an entrepreneur, start off my own business maybe. I was thinking about something like what Diesel Brothers are doing, because they're a big inspiration for me, and also help out people by donating, well, not only cars but I mean trucks, because I love big trucks, especially you guys have seen my channel, and it's mainly about monster trucks, and but anyways, just help out people, and that's what I want to do, and they don't need to pay anything for it, just give the truck away or car or whatever, and I don't know, just try and do something in that direction. But they said I don't have any money, I don't have any rich friends or family to help me out with that, so I have to do it on my own, of course. So I decided, well, let's go see what's up with YouTube, and well, here I am today. And if you have subscribed to my channel, I thank you very, very, very much for I've got now 161 subscribers today. So if you have subscribed to my channel, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that so much from you. Really, I do. You help me out so much. And hopefully in the future, I'll be able to bring you a lot more content and just keep you entertained. And as well as along the way during the years, I've watched some videos, like there's a video about Ed Milet and Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Ed Milet is also an entrepreneur. If you don't know about him, just looking up Ed Milet, EddMylett. So, and I've learned quite a few things from him as well. So there's quite a few people on YouTube or on Facebook, that I've admired, I found on Facebook. So, and I went to check out his YouTube channel, and then apparently I was looking through the videos, and I found one with him and Heavy D, and as well as on Heavy D's page as well. There's or Diesel Brothers page, and then I found that video that Heavy D was sitting in his helicopter. He was doing an interview with Ed Milet, and Heavy D said as well. He said, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or whatever. If you have something in your mind, if you want to go, if you want to make something out of your life, go for it. Give it a shot. But the thing is that Heavy D has a whole crew behind him. There's a lot of people that have a whole crew behind them. Kevin Talbot, he started off on his own. So I decided, well, I'm going to try and start off on my own here. If I was living in, let's say, America or somewhere else, then maybe I would have been able to make it a bit faster or a bit better, and when certain things in life, because monster trucks in America are a lot bigger there. They're a lot more popular. Here in the Netherlands, not so much. So, yeah, I've got to find my way around this maze of motorsports and so many YouTubers and entrepreneurs and things like that. I've got to find my way now. How am I going to get myself into this program? How am I going to get myself into certain ways and things that I need to do in life in order to get to my dreams and my goals? So, if when I get if I do ever hit 1,000 subscribers, and if I am able to make it, then I will, kind of like, I'm not saying I'm copying anyone, okay? Because I had this idea since when I was a young lad. I've always wanted to help people and animals. But like I said as well, I don't have a rich family or friends, because a lot of those people, they have the wealth to get them on their way, or there's other people that enroll in certain things for them to go into the careers that they are doing today, like Ryan Anderson, son of Dennis Anderson of Gravedigger, and Ryan has his own truck, Son of a Digger. he could have gone a different direction. He could have become a garbage man. He could have become a lumberjack. He could have become a lawyer. He could have become a heart surgeon. He could have become anything he wanted in this world, well, career-wise, even an astronaut, a pilot, you name it, baseball player, whatever. But he decided to follow in his dad's footsteps. And because he was born into that world, it was, it comes natural to them. It's in their DNA, it's in their blood. And going back to when I was a very, very small little lad in South Africa, it was actually on the Speed Channel. And my mom and my brother, they were out doing grocery shopping, and I was home with my dad. And my dad, he was sitting back in the dining room at the table, and he was fixing something. And I was sitting there on the couch, and I was just flipping, well, not flipping, I was standing in front of the TV and pressing the button and flipping the channels. And and then the Speed Channel came on there, and I saw monster trucks racing. I'm like, oh, cool, that's cool. So I sat down and I started watching this, and I turned to my dad. I said, whoa, this is cool. My dad said, yeah, those are monster trucks, and that's this big sport that started off in America. So this was I was about 7, 8 years old, something like that. But anyways, and then from that moment on, I fell in love with monster trucks, and but I didn't really understand life at that point, obviously, because I'm very young. Like I said, I wanted to become a marine biologist. I wanted to become a game ranger, and I saw these monster trucks on TV, and as I got a little bit older and things like that, and then you have to be more serious in life. You have to accept things, and you have to just go work somewhere, and just accept it how it comes and goes every day. But to be honest, I've never really enjoyed working where I was working at for a paycheck, and but I did my best, and I really tried, and I never got a contract. And because here in Europe they work a lot with job recruitment agencies, they don't really give out contracts that very quick. So yeah, here I am today, and just trying to make it a bit on YouTube. And sorry, I don't want to bore you guys too much with certain things, but I'm just trying to explain how things have gone in life. And for many people out there, it's the same story. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have it way, 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 way worse than me. Some people don't even have family, or they've been orphaned or things like that, which is terrible. And those are the kind of people that I want to help, and if I ever do make it on my own, and if I do make quite a substantial amount of money to support myself and those around me and my goals and my dreams, I'm not going to go out and buy a big, huge, expensive house or things like that, big, expensive cars. And I'm just going to get the necessities in life. And obviously I do have some dream cars, like everybody else, but it's not going to be 20 or 30 of them, so, and obviously I do have a dream home, but it's not going to be a mansion or a palace or something like that. I mean, just a small little cozy place for myself. And there's one thing I'd love in my yard, and that's a swimming pool. And because I love to swim, so, and as well as just a piece of ground where I can practice with a real life-size monster truck if I do get that far, and build a garage next to my house where I could work on it and also work on my RCs and make videos and things like that. So I don't need to really leave the premises to make videos and keep you guys entertained about certain things, and get some nice tools and just make parts or whatever's, and just learn along the way. And because that's the thing about life, every day we learn something new. And I've been pondering on making this video, because I know it's when people talk about things in life or their personal life, it does tend to drag along a bit. So I don't want to keep you guys too bored with the blah 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 of mine and stuff like that, but just trying to get into some details in life. Yeah, and just give you guys a bit of an idea in my YouTube channel. I just don't want to make videos and things like that. I have a purpose. I have a goal behind that. I have dreams behind these videos, you know. And at the moment, I'm just reviewing these cars, and I made quite a few reviews about this thing. And by the way, if you watch my one of well, the last video that I made about this one is that I replaced the O-rings for the shocks because they were leaking, and I must say they're not leaking anymore. So I've done this quite a few times, you know, and the oil is holding up pretty well. So you know, if you watch my video about that, I mean, just replace the O-rings in the shocks, the bottom one, the bottom ring, because that's where they leak. Just with these nylon little the orange colored or the red colored rings that you get on many RCs actually, and the ones that I put in here was actually from the Intigi set shocks that I bought, and you get a lot of these extra rings in them. So, but you can even order them or buy them at your warehouse, or you get this box, an orange box, or they're mostly orange, red, or black, and they got all these little O-rings from tiny little ones, actually ones that are just, I think it's 1 time smaller than this one. And then you get to the second one, and these are the ones that fit on these cars. You know, we've got these rings at work. We've got an orange set and we got a black set. So, but like I said, I've got my rings left over from Intigi shocks. So anyway, so if you guys want to give that a try, just replace them. And like I said, they're not leaking anymore. So hey, thumbs up, and I'm pretty chuffed to that. So then within a few months I'll be able to drive this thing, because I need a battery for this thing. Hopefully not a charger, because I've seen on the box that you need or in the not on the box, on the website when I bought it, they say you need a charger for this thing as well. So, but hopefully my IMAX B6 LiPo charger will be able to charge this thing as well. So, or charge the battery for this thing. So just gotta wait to see what's gonna happen in the future. But anyways, guys, like I said, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my content and whatnot. And there is another video that I have. Is that why the reasons why I'm on YouTube, but this one is a little bit more goes a little bit more into depth, you know, and I'm just trying to figure out my way in life, just like a lot of people out there, and just like a lot of you YouTubers out there. And if you are very young, and if you don't know what to do with your life, just sit down and think about it. Don't wait till you're about my age or something like that. I mean, I did, like I said, when I was a young lad, I knew what I wanted to do. You know, there's a few careers that I wanted to follow, and nothing worked out for me. Nothing. I really tried my best. I'm all in all a good person, you know, and I've got a good heart. Obviously, I've made mistakes just like everyone else, but when I worked, I mean, I give myself 250% every freaking day. So, and well, like I said, if you're young, and if you don't really know what to do with your life, just try and follow it through. Just if you have something in your mind, just follow it through. And actually, I read a story about this guy, and what he did is that he got himself kind of like a what do they call it? I'm trying to think of. That's. You know, when you got these cardboard things that you hang on the wall. It's got this thin cardboard layer behind it, and you hang up all notes on top of it. Anyways, and this man, he when he was at a young age, he took one of these. I'm going to call it a note. We can hang notes on it, you know, and he went out to the store. He asked his mom or his parents for some money, and they gave him a few bucks. And he went to the store and he bought he bought himself a couple of these home design magazines and family magazines. I'm not really too sure what they're called. And he went through these magazines, he flipped through them, and he already knew what he wanted to do as a career. He wanted to become a doctor. He wanted to save lives. So he cut out a picture of a hospital and a doctor, and he stuck that on there. And then, because he wanted a family, so he put a woman on there with some kids, and actually he had a little photo of himself, and he stuck it on there next to the woman, even though he was a young guy. But anyways, he had that in his mind, and he wanted a nice house, so he put a nice house there, and he was a huge fan of Ford Mustangs apparently, and also Mercedes Benz. So he cut out a picture of a Mustang and a Mercedes Benz, and he stuck it on there, and he likes dogs and cats, so he put on a few dogs and cats, and just to get an idea of what he wanted. And then he stashes his life's goals. He stashed that away somewhere, and years later, because obviously when he was moving, and he was cleaning up the attic with his wife, and there was this old box laying there, and he's like, oh, let me check in here. So he's going through all the stuff what is in the box, but really was at the bottom of the box was this thing that he I'm sorry, I keep saying thing, but anyways, he found this, and he's like, whoa, and he got everything what he wanted, what he put on there. He got his dream house, he got his dream cars. He got his family. He had cats and dogs. He did the career what he wanted to do. He wanted to become a doctor, so he became a doctor, and he saved lives. He helped people out. So at a young age, he already manifested what he wanted. And like I said in beginning of my videos, or beginning of the video, along the way in the video, but is that I wanted that as well. I wanted to help out animals and also help out people. So I already had that in my mind. But like I said, because of my ADD, and I have moved. Well, when I was a young lad, we moved a lot because my parents got jobs here and there, and in South Africa is a big country, so we had to move many kilometers away. So I had to change school, I had to change friends. I really never had a basis to start off my life like certain people have. And then when I was 17, we moved to Europe. And I had to, when we moved here, I had to learn the language. So I have to go for a couple of years to school to learn the language here and things like that. And but like I said, when I'm a hard worker, and I really tried my best to get a contract and things like that, and things haven't worked out for me. And actually, the last biggest company, one of the biggest companies here in the Netherlands that I worked for, is that they fired me, and it was about not even 3 weeks before my last day was there. And then my boss called me into his office. So I went there and I sat down, and he was talking to me, and he was generous, and but he said to me, look, Diggory, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to let you go. But the thing is that this book here, what you have written, working here, that story, you must close that book, you must put it aside. I don't care what you do with it. I don't care if you put it in your library. I don't care if you burn it. I don't care if you tear it up and throw it away or whatever's, But now it's your turn to open up a blank book and start writing your own story. And that was in 2017. And it was not on until 2021 when I started learning about that, yeah, that you can earn money on YouTube. And then I finally realized, and I thought about what he said. And I thought, well, now I know what he meant is to write my own story, to go my own way. So, well, here I am today. And I do say in a lot of my videos, and I'm going to make trail videos and things like that, but things have gotten a bit in the way, and there's a lot of things that I'm trying to figure out and trying to do, and I've made a lot of investments, just like this RC monster truck here is an investment towards my channel. Actually, all of the RCs what I've shown you my channel, except for the blue Dodge Ram T-Max, my black Ford F350 from the Tamiya Juggernauts, my Traxxas T-Max is both of them, my Traxxas Summit, and my Tamiya Humvee. So those five, they when I bought them, I mean, that's years ago. So I didn't really think about YouTube, and I had to work and pay off my debt. So I did that, So, but anyways, and well, like I said, here I am today, and just trying to figure my way in life. And well, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you guys in the future, and that you subscribe to my channel. Like I said as well, if you like my content or whatnot, if you subscribe to my channel, I cannot always see who subscribes. So send me a small little message and say, hey, I subscribe to your channel, can you please subscribe to mine? I will gladly do so. And obviously, if my channel is going to grow along the way, and get many more subscribers, I will try my best. But yeah, anyways, I don't want to get too involved into this or too emotional, because I'm actually an emotional person, and I'm quite sensitive with certain things. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care, stay safe, have fun out there on the RC trails. See you guys in the next video. Alrighties, bye, see ya.